Morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. So, I was going to spend this week working on the fairy's tale, getting some more of episode 1 done, and just kind of starting to push it out there. But something else has happened. So, I'm going to push the fairy's tale to next week, and we're going to be doing something else this week. What happened, you may ask? Well, some of the new stock for my Etsy store came in today. I'm very excited. I have already sat down and organized all of the charms and stuff into their own individual baggies because Vogrease doesn't really do that for me. So if I move the spoiler stuff, as you can see, I've put them all in their own individual baggies. But I still have to count them to make sure I got the correct amount of each keyring. I still have to take the product photos, and if I can, find somewhere else to store them, because now I just have this big ugly box in my studio, but there might not be anywhere else for it, so there you go. But yes, now that these products are in, I can finally do the complete overhaul of my Etsy shop's aesthetics that I wanted to do way back in my first vlog, where I got everything set up, I figured out what I wanted to do, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to wait until the new stock has come in. The new stock has come in, which means new product listings, new photos, new aesthetic, new Pinterest stuff. I don't think it'll take me the whole week, but it might. If it ends up not taking me the whole week, then instead of jumping into the fairy's tale early, I'm going to spend some extra time doing the Forget Me Not tech packs that we were working on last week, because I didn't finish all of the necessary parts that I needed to do for my partner, but I only have 2 locations, the zombie guides and the tool guides to do, and then that's all finished, so I might carve out a day this week to just finishing it off. But, top priority, Etsy products. I'm so excited. So breakfast is cooking in the oven. We're going to get that sorted. We're going to get ourselves cleaned up. I'm going to situate myself either on the desk or somewhere on the floor, if I'm being completely honest. And we're going to count. We're going to make sure that I've got all of the inventory that I need, because some of them, as I was putting them away, look like I had gotten more than what I had ordered, and some of them look like I had gotten less than what I ordered. And depending on the design, that could be okay, but I don't know, I'm a little bit antsy. I only got 10 of each new keyring design, because whenever I test out a new design, since my business is really small, I only get 10 of each one, and then depending on how long it takes me to get rid of that 10, I will restock and get another 10, or I will restock and get another 50. I did that with my Silent Hill Lakeview Hotel key rings. I only got 10 when I first started out, and then I had to restock and I wasn't sure, so I got another 10, and then they sold out again really quick, and then I got 50, and now I'm sitting on about 50 key rings because the Silent Hill fandom is just not as big as it used to be, I suppose. But yeah, that's the plan this morning. I'm not going to do any of my cleaning because my partner cleaned up yesterday. I'm also not going to go out to do my my shipping, that's the word I was looking for, or any of my grocery store stuff. One, because we went out yesterday and we had already done that, but two, I think my knee is having a bit of a flare up. I'm trying to keep the camera as steady as I can when I walk, so hopefully you guys don't see that I've got a limp going on. But yeah, during my Kingdom Hearts stream with my partner yesterday, my knee started flaring up, and it doesn't feel all that great. So I'm gonna try and just see if I can kind of get it to calm down and stuff, because when my knee has a flare up, not only is standing and walking painful, but sitting down and laying down is also painful. Basically anything to do with my knee is painful. And I really wish I could stop pacing around my apartment when I'm talking to you guys, because it really fucking hurts right now, but it's just what I do. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to start preparing my breakfast. I'm going to get a couple of things cleaned up and organized. And then I'm going to sit down and do all of my inventory counting. I'll see you for that. But I'm going to let you go for the time being. So see you soon. All right, we're pretty much ready to go. I have this board set up for when we take photos, but I still have to count everything in the box. I just decided that I would show you some of the new inventory first. First things first, not only did I replace some of the old Sonic the Hedgehog keyrings, I also expanded the collection. We now have Cream the Rabbit, Metal Sonic, Silver, Blaze, Manic, and Sonia. And unfortunately, the lighting is working against me today, so I don't know if I'll be able to take pictures today, but I think they look spectacular. These are so fun. I honestly think the Metal Sonic one is my favorite because up until this point, I had actually never drawn Metal Sonic before. So I'm really, really happy with how this motherfucker came out. I wasn't sure the best way to capture these because they're so long, but we now also have some Sonic Hero themed lanyards. This is the Team Dark one. They are way, way wider than I thought they were. They're also way longer than I thought they were. Here's the Team Sonic lanyard. This was the first one that I made. Team Rose. I love how Cream the Rabbit's little face came out. And this is also the first time that I've ever drawn Big the Cat, so I think this came out really cute. And finally, a Team Chaotix one. This is the first time I've drawn any of the Team Chaotix, so this is really fun. Chaotix is written on the other side, but unfortunately it's upside down because that's how lanyards work, I suppose. I was also going to do a Team Soul, which would have been Blaze, Silver, and Marine the Raccoon, and also a Diamond Cutters one for the IDW fans, but I just didn't have time. So if you're interested in lanyards and you would like a Team Soul or a Diamond Cutters lanyard, let me know and I will expand the collection. Stepping away from Sonic stuff for a second, I now also have a Professor Layton keyring collection. This is really, really fun. The Luke one probably came out the best in my opinion. Luke is one of my favorite characters, but we have the original trilogy of Layton, Luke, and Flora. We also have Emmy from the prequels. We have Claire from Unwound Future. And we also have Catriel and Ernest from The Millionaire's Conspiracy. I was going to do Emiliana, but again, I just ran out of time. Look at my boy. Isn't he so cute? We also have some retro console phone grips. I think by far this silly little GameCube one is my favorite. It just looks absolutely spectacular. But these ones are not actually going to be available for individual purposes. These are going to be part of a blind box. I really, really want to finally try out blind boxes. I was going to do blind boxes for a completely separate thing that I decided not to because we went with something much bigger that I am still a bit iffy on revealing. But I still wanted to have a cute little cheaper variation so people could still get something nice from me at a smaller price. So we have these blind boxes. We have the GameCube, the Nintendo 64, the NES, the DS, the DSi XL, and the Game Boy. I was originally going to make this a pack of 12, so there could have been 12 consoles you could have grabbed, but same thing as the lanyards, I ran out of time. So this is going to be season 1, and then season 2 we will do the other consoles that I had in mind. We also have some key rings for my original species / characters. The Snooze. We have Rocher, who is my Twitch text-to-speech mascot, looking as cheeky and mischievous as ever. I fucking love this keyring. I think it's my favorite of the trio. We have Nougat, who is just so adorable and just really, really sweet and kind, and I love this guy so much. And then we have Dewdrop, who is actually the mascot of my Etsy store. If you would like to know more, that's just the protective filming on this guy. I'm going to peel it off for a TikTok. But if you guys want to know more about the Snooze and about like who they are, what they are, where they came from, I have like TikToks about these guys. I think the ones for Rocher and Nougat are live. I don't think the one for Dewdrop is live yet. But if you want to know more about what these creatures are, who they are as characters, where they come from, their relation to each other, all of that is going to be on my YouTube Reels or my TikTok page because I am just so excited for these little guys. I'm going to be slowly introducing more and more of them to my shop. and slowly introducing more and more of them to the public, because this is just the first wave of this news. But I am really, really happy with these guys. They're just cute little funky, like, fairy creatures that have the energy and the love of a newborn puppy, and they're just adorable. I love them. And then lastly, for this shop update, we have some Snoo themed stickers. I love Nougat's little pure of heart, dumb of ass sticker. I think that is adorable. We also have Please Don't Yell at Me, I Will Cry, and I'm an Artist, along with two really silly stickers of Nougat and Rosha. I love this one in particular. He is so cute. The reason why I didn't get a silly sticker of Dewdrop is because Dewdrop actually has an entire collection of stickers already available on my Etsy store. He's got 7 stickers that you can buy, 8 if we count the Please Don't Yell, I Will Cry. This is just part of this new shop update. And that's everything I've got for this shop update so far. There is one more product that is going to be part of this shop update, but it's going to be in pre-order mode only for about a month, maybe a month and a half. But just rest assured there is more coming. This is just a little bit of an appetizer for the big thing that is going to be part of this shop update. But now that we've seen all of that, the photo stand is ready. It's really, really gloomy outside, which is unfortunate because the window is like right on this side. And normally I have natural light pouring in from here, and then I have the artificial light up there. So I have 2 light sources. But I don't think that's going to happen today because it's looking really gloomy out. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do what we originally said we were going to do. We're going to count the inventory first. And hopefully the sun comes out and I can take my pictures today, because I'm not just taking pictures of the new inventory, I'm also taking pictures of all of the old inventory that I'm deciding to keep. There's some bits of inventory that I'm not going to keep, like for example the old Sonic the Hedgehog key rings, like you've got that one compared to like this new Rouge the Bat. Like, I'm going to put the old Sonic designs or all of the old key rings and stickers that I'm not going to keep into a blind box, including these ones. This is the new Tails design, but I accidentally got him at only, I think, 1 inch, whereas the new one is 2 inches, I believe. Yeah, you see the difference there. So the smaller variations of the Tails and the Shadow key rings are also going to go into blind boxes. But for stickers, I'm not entirely sure yet. So I gotta take a lot of photos, not just photos of these. But while I think about how I'm gonna organize that, let's count some inventory. All right, everything is checked and counted for. I thought I was down one Claire keyring, like one of these baby girlies, but turns out when I was organizing them, I had made a mistake and I'd popped one of these into my Blaze the Cat bag. So everything is accounted for and all good. The sun is kind of starting to peek through, but it's not quite what I want it to be, so I'm not sure if it's a good time to take pictures. What I am going to do is, while I'm going to give the sun a little more time, I'm going to go through all of these, decide which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm going to be putting into blind boxes, and then hopefully I can migrate some of these key rings into here. Not entirely sure how that will go, but I'm also debating maybe not doing that until after I have the product photos so that I can do the new product listings. But regardless, I need to figure out which ones I'm keeping and which ones I'm going to be putting in like discount baggies. So needless to say, all of the old Sonic designs are gonna go. So this is the new design, but it's accidentally like an inch too small, so that will also go in a blind bag. These upside down ones are already empty. So all these old ones, gotta move my coffee out of the way. The Sonic Underground stuff is gonna stay because people love Sonic Underground for some reason. The Chow earrings are gonna stay. This one, these are my Monster Hunter ones. Some of them, there's still a lot of them, like the Rathian and the pink Rathian, but then you've got ones like my Rathalos, where I only have one available. And then same with the Naga Cougars. The Naga Cougar, I've only got 2 left, but then the Zinogre, I think that's all 10 Zinogas. I don't think I've sold a single Zinoga keyring. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these or chuck these also into blind boxes. I think I will chuck these into blind boxes because I might end up doing some like new key rings for Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm not entirely sure. My Monster Hunter stuff does not sell very well, probably because it's like kind of a chibied version of the monsters as opposed to the hyper detailed versions in game. I'm not entirely sure. This is all my Crimson Butterfly stuff, which I've been thinking of scrapping and putting into blind boxes because they don't sell. The Gaping Dragon from Dark Souls has sold more than I thought it would. I think, yeah, these are my last 3. But I'm not going to be restocking Dark Souls stuff once it's gone. So I don't know, maybe we'll blind box this one as well. Same with Sif the Great Wolf. I've got like a keyring of Sif in a doggy cone because for those of you who don't know, in Dark Souls 1 you kill this boss, so the joke is that you didn't kill him, he just went to the vet and he's currently resting and recovering. These are print errors of these key rings. Instead of having the really nice white font, they've got like a black font. I do sell them at a discounted price, but people seem to really like them almost as much as they like the white ones, so I'm going to keep those away from the blind box for now. Same with Pyramid Head and Sakura Head. So definitely these 5 are going to go into blind boxes. These 4, I'm not sure. Probably, definitely the Zinogre, because I don't think I'll be able to get rid of the Zinogre any other way. And then, like, maybe the Rathian, but I've only got... Oh, no, I've got 4 Rathians left, so maybe that as well. And then, yeah, just 1 Rathalos and 2 Naga Cougars. Before I get rid of anything for certain, I'm going to see if my partner wants any of them, because I give my partner a lot of my stickers, and he has some of my key rings, but I told him that I wasn't going to hold any for him. Since these are all going to be disappearing, I figure maybe I will hold them for him. So we'll see. But best case scenario, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 empty slots. And I have no idea how many key rings I bought, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, there's so many. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's 22 keyring designs here, so they're not all going to fit in there. But But yeah, I think maybe I'll wait until after I take the product photos, because once I take the product photos, I'm going to need to have easier access to all of the key rings, which is when I'll pop them in there. I need to figure out what's going on with my storage situation, because we have a storage unit like right here that I've been putting all of my Etsy products in, but I need to move out basically, because when tax season comes around, because this space is a shared space, I am not able to claim tax on this space. I think I'm able to claim tax on just this cupboard, but not the entire space. And I have a storage garage downstairs that we're going to be using for one of my new products when they come in. And that new product is going to absolutely fill the storage cage. So I need to figure out what's going on with my storage. But for now, the sun's not really peeking through. I'm going to try and take some pictures. And if they don't work, then they don't work. But I would really, really like to get them done today, so that maybe not today, but tomorrow I can like make the product listings, make the Pinterest posts, start prepping some like social media posts to go up and stuff like that. So if I can get the photos done today, that would be really nice. Worst case scenario, they will get done at some point this week, but it really depends on if the sun wants to be my friend this week. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try and take some pictures now. All right, it has been exactly 1 hour and 1 minute, and I have taken product photos of all of the new inventory. Some of it required a little bit of editing, a little bit of playing around. The lanyards are going to be a bit of a struggle because they're so long, and I didn't have enough paper to like extend the table, so there's little bits of brown on the corners of the photos. So when I put them into Clip Studio Paint, I'm gonna have to try and edit it. I'm already planning to edit out the seams to make it look kind of, well, seamless. So I'm gonna have to color in the corners as well. But other than that, everything looks pretty hunky-dory. I'm really happy with how these lanyards came out. I almost didn't make them. But yeah, all of the new products have been done. I still need to go through all of the old products, decide which ones I'm going to keep and take new photos of, and which ones I'm going to put in the blind box. So I'm going to make a list in my trusty little notepad here on which designs I'm going to keep and which designs I'm going to throw away. While I was doing this, I was also on my computer. Wait for it to turn back on. I was on my computer currently exporting these what are they called? Highlights. Sorry, my brain is a mess. Because I forgot that today was the day that I do my highlights and I upload a bunch of reels to TikTok. I can do it tomorrow. It's not the end of the world, but I did get that started. I am going to take a little bit of a break from taking product photos, because the way I do it is I have all this planned out, and then I put my feet on the chair, and then I sit my ass on the chair, and then I hunch forward to try and take the picture without getting my shadow in the shot. And it's really, really, really sore and really annoying. So I'm going to take a quick break. I don't know if I'll get back to shooting today or if I'll wait until tomorrow to continue shooting, but I am either going to do some of my TikTok reels and highlights or try and get some commission work out of the way, because I currently have a backlog of 4 commissions, but we will worry about that later. For now, I'm taking a break. It's almost 2:30, it's 2:20, so maybe it's time for some lunch. But for now, gonna pack all this up. Oh wait, one last thing before I take my break. I'm gonna record a TikTok showing off all of the new merch, because I was just going to use the clip that I put in this vlog, but it was a little too long and I don't want to like edit the aspect ratio to be what I need it to be. I'd rather just record a new one. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to take a break, and then I'm going to write down the list of merch that I'm going to be keeping and merch that's going to go in the blind box. it is 4:33. I have edited a decent chunk of the photos. I got all of the Sonic collection, all of the Layton collection, and all of the Snoo key rings edited. I still have to do the Snoo stickers, the console blind box, and also the Sonic Heroes lanyards. Those ones are going to be a real pain in the ass to edit, but I've got a decent chunk of them done. I also wrote down a list of all of the current products that I'm going to be taking new photos of because I still want to sell them in the shop. And at least for the keyring variants, I have pulled out the ones that I'm going to be keeping so that I can take product photos of them. All the ones still in here are ones that are going to go in the blind box, but I will sort that part of it out a little bit later. For now, I have some food in the microwave that I need to take out and eat. I'm going to set up my PC, like everything, get all this shut down, moved over there because we're doing our Cult of the Lamb stream. I'm gonna have some really, really late lunch. And I probably won't see you guys until tomorrow, so see ya. All right, good morning. It is basically 9 o'clock on Monday. It's looking even gloomier outside than it was yesterday, so that's not good because I still have a whole bunch of photos to take. But that's okay because I have to do all of my social media stuff first, so like the TikTok, the YouTube, stuff like that, like, you know, uploading stuff for my Etsy store. So that's probably gonna take a while, but I hope that by the time it's done, the sun comes out. I also have a call with my insurance company today, but I'm not sure when. I think the facility's open at 9, so literally from now up until the end of the day, I should be expecting a phone call, which makes me really scared to do pretty much anything. Like, I need to go to the bathroom. What if they call me if I go to the bathroom? But yeah, general plan for today is have my insurance company phone call, do all of my social media scheduling for the week, or in my Etsy store's case for like the next month or so. And then hopefully, when the sun comes out, we can take some more pictures. All right, it's now 1:06, 1:07-ish p.m. I finally finished all of the scheduling for my Twitch's YouTube and TikTok page. The reason why it took so long is because I took an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes to talk to my insurance company, not the one that's doing my income protection, the one that's supposed to be covering my surgery. I have two. The one that's doing my income protection is tied to my super, so they're technically not an insurance company, but it is what it is. So I've been talking to the insurance company that's going to be covering my surgery to try and figure out when I will be eligible for them to pay it, because that's information that my income protection people needed. My income protection people still have not called me, but they emailed me and gave me like a list of things that they wanted me to send to them, so I had to take time out of my scheduling to send all of that stuff to them. Luckily, off the top of my head, my Etsy store, my animation page, and all that, like, they don't need anything scheduled. They should all be good to go, at least for the next couple of weeks. And the sun never came out. It stayed really, really gloomy. I'm looking out the window right now. The sun did not peek out once. So I can't take any more product photos today at the risk of them looking like dog water. So I have a couple of options. I can use the photos that I took yesterday to make some of the product listings and just have them scheduled and ready to go, not actually post them. Or I can do a little bit of commission work before the stream starts. The stream is going to be in about 4-ish hours, and it's going to be a commission stream, but some people, like Choco, have been waiting for a while. So I think I might finish hers up off stream, because hers, it looks like there's a lot of stuff to be done, but there's not really. So I'm going to probably finish hers off stream, then have lunch, go take a rest, and then during the stream I can get back to these two here. I'll be able to finish Lombies on stream, definitely. I might have to still be in the sketch phase for Rogue, and Skinner has not been started. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think today is going to be a commission day, and then hopefully tomorrow it's a little bit nicer so that I can take some pictures. I do have to go back to my doctor tomorrow, though, to get my ear infection checked out, see if it's doing any better. So let's do some commission work. All right, it's about 2:30. I finished the roughs for one commission to send off for approval. I had lunch. I snuggled with my cat for maybe like 5 minutes. There's 2 hours before I have to start prepping for my stream, so I probably am going to continue to do a little bit of work. But first things first, I'm going to rest for a bit. My back really, really hurts. I think it's from sitting on my chair for too long. So I'm going to either lay down or try and find some extra cushioning to sit on the couch. I'm going to hang out for a little bit, and then we're going to come back to work because I technically did have my lunch break, but I eat lunch in like a matter of 10 minutes. I need like a proper break. So I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'll meet up with you before the stream or after the stream or at L tonight. So if this is the last time I see you, then I will see you tomorrow. If not, then I'll see you later. All right, happy Tuesday, everyone. Yesterday's stream went good. I finished one of my commissions and I got stuff approved for another commission. So now I can just export the animations, compile them, and send them over. So that's really good. My commission list has gone down from 4 to 2. So that's really nice. On to some bad news. My knee is feeling the absolute worst that it has in a while. I'm trying to keep the camera still the way I did on Monday, but I'm very, very clearly limping around my apartment. I don't know what's going on. I've been doing the same physio exercises. Actually, when my knee got sore, I actually downscaled. There's one exercise that I took out completely, and then there's one where instead of doing 4 reps, I only did 3. And there's also been a couple of days where like I've decided not to do my exercises, either because my knee is really sore or because my stream goes into overtime, and by the time I pack up and do everything I need to do, it's already like 10:30, 11 o'clock, which doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So I'm thinking maybe it's because I've been a bit inconsistent, but because my knee is super, super bad and like super sore, I think I'm gonna have to either... Sorry, someone's speaking outside. I'm either gonna have to downscale the amount of exercise that I'm doing every night even more, which I did yesterday. Instead of doing 3 reps of that exercise, I'm now only doing 2. Or, and my partner will probably say that this is the correct option, I just take a couple of days to not do my exercises. But that makes me feel really bad because the days that I'm not doing my exercises are growing more frequent. And I think that could potentially be why my knee is fucking up like this. So I'm a little bit concerned, but I'm going to my GP today. I'm going to talk about my ear. I don't think there's anything he can do about my knee because he's the one that referred me to my specialist. And he's basically told me, like, I don't know what's going on with your knee. We're going to take you to the specialist. So that's what's happening. I think my ear is better in the sense that now I can get a Q-tip in there. I was able to get a Q-tip into this ear, but not this ear. Now I can get the Q-tip in, but there was a little bit of blood. It was semi-dry, but there was a little bit of blood, and I just haven't been able to hear things above a certain frequency or volume properly. The funniest example is my own voice. If my own voice reaches above a certain volume or a certain frequency, you guys know that sound when someone's talking into a mic, but the mic, like the volume is like in the red and it does that weird grainy distortion thing. That's what it sounds like in my ear. But it's not just my ear, like I hear it in my ear and I like feel it on the side of my face. So that's the main thing I want to talk about. I don't think that's an infection. I think my ear is just going deaf, I suppose. My dad is deaf in one ear, so that kind of makes sense. But anyway, it's a bit early to tell, but looking outside, it's still a bit gloomy, but not as gloomy as it was yesterday. So I'm going to go to the doctor's, get my ear checked out, come home. I'm going to hopefully, if the sun comes out even a little bit, take the rest of my Etsy product photos. And then I'm going to carve out some time to edit, export, and get those animations ready for that one commission so that now next week I only have 2 to finish. And I think that's basically going to be the plan today. I don't think it'll take me all day to take the photos. I think it was Sunday I took photos. It only took me like an hour to get the photos that I needed to get, but I did have to stop because the way I was taking the photos was not very great. So it'll probably take me, again, about an hour, maybe an hour and a half if I push to get all of the photos. But yeah, so I think that's going to be fun. We're going to have another photo day, and then I'm hoping that either all of the photos are done today, ready to do the listings for tomorrow, or all the photos are done, all the editing and exporting for that commission is done, and then I happen to have time to do the Etsy listings now. All right, I'm back from the GP. Terrible news. On top of seeing a specialist for my knee and getting surgery for my knee, I now need to see a specialist for my ear, which is lovely. Apparently the infection has gone down. I didn't even realize that it was infected, but it was. But I'm still having significant amounts of irritation, slight pain, and to a certain extent, like hearing issues as well. So that's fun. On the bright side, the sun is out. It is a beautiful day, so I'm going to finish taking the product photos that I need to take. I'm going to try and get all of them done, and if the sun is still out and it's still really, really nice, then I might take my son for a walk. We'll see what happens.
You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. If you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. You're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Alright, I've taken new photos of as many of the products as I could. I edited them all down to 1.1 aspect ratio. I cannot find my mouse, 1 second. Oh my god, he's right there. So I've done everything that I wanted to restock except for the cup, my Restless Dreams sublimated cup. These are not all of the edited photos. I still have some photos that are yet to be edited. There's actually quite a lot of them. I could keep going, but it's 4 o'clock and I haven't eaten since breakfast, so I'm going to have something to eat and then we're going to get ready to stream. I seriously didn't think this would take me all week, but I think tomorrow we're going to be finishing up these photos. We'll finally chuck them onto the Etsy page, make sure everything is scheduled and ready to go. Trying to think what else I need to do tomorrow. I need to finish the exporting and stuff for one of my commissions so that I can officially bring my commission queue down from 3 to 2. And if I have time, I will finish the Forget Me Not tech pack. I still have like 2 or 3 things to add for my partner. So that's going to be my day tomorrow. But one thing at a time, time for lunch, and then time for some Super Mario RPG. Let's go. Alright, happy Wednesday, happy last day of the vlog. So, I still have my photography stuff out because I thought maybe if the weather was really good, I might try and take some new photos of the old products, but I had a look at the photos yesterday and they're okay. I don't think they necessarily need to be replaced. Some of them I would like to replace them, but we'll see what happens. So the main thing for today is going to be finishing editing those photos into 1:1 aspect ratio because for some reason my camera doesn't support taking photos at a 1:1 aspect ratio. And then getting all the listings ready, all of the new listings ready. The photos for the existing products, I think I'm going to leave until the listings are like ready to go up, the new shop update, if that makes sense. I also decided that instead of putting all of my old merch into blind boxes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a clearance section of the Etsy store where I'm just going to heavily discount all of the old keyrings and stickers and stuff. And you'll be able to tell which ones are clearance and which ones aren't because they'll still have the red background. They won't have the blue and yellow background. But yeah, that's the main thing for today. If I have a minute, I'm also going to finish up that commission. I have to talk to my new phone provider because there's been a whole mess that's been accumulating over the past 3 weeks and I'm tired of it. I need it to be solved. And other than that, assuming there's time left after that, because there might not be, I'm going to finish up the Forget Me Not tech pack that we were working on last week, because then next week I can finally get my partner to start doing some of those pages for me, which will be really nice. I'm not going to show you guys any more editing of the photos because you guys have already seen a lot of footage for that, but when I get to the back end and I start making the listings, I might show you guys the back end of Etsy and like how it kind of looks and how it operates and stuff like that. But yeah, so Etsy photos, Etsy listings, finish off that one commission with the exports, and if there's time, work on the Forget Me Not tech pack for my partner. Let's go. whoopsie, it's 6 p.m. and still hasn't done any of the work that they said they were going to do today. I cancelled my stream. I've only half done some of the new listings. There's a lot that have to have the pictures changed. I am having mad sandpaper brain, which is basically like I can't do stuff that I even want to do. Like the thought of having to actually do the stuff that I want to do feels like sandpaper grinding on my brain, which is why I call it sandpaper brain. I've been pushing through. I have a cup of tea, hoping that it'll help me kind of regain focus and finish what I need to do, but I'm just not feeling it. Everything is done though, so like it'll be really, really easy to set this up for the weekend. By the time you're watching this, the shop update will be live, so that's good. At the very least, I've got something right. But yeah, I think I need to call it here. I need to sit down, figure out a way to trick my brain into doing something. And I will see you guys next week. Next week's vlog is going to be about another one of my Etsy products. It's one that I haven't talked about at all in this stream, so I'm very excited to reveal it. And yeah, I will see you guys in that vlog next week. Good night, everyone.